I do a double flip into the lake and smash my face open to the point where I'm still paying for it today, 10 years later. Like, it was that bad.
Hello, and welcome back or welcome to Chairlift Chatss the Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Chelsea, co-hosted with
James. Great to be here doing another podcast as a co-host. I know you did an individual pod. Yeah. It's great to be back with you as during my absence.
Bit of a different vibe without you.
You do all right on your own though, not going to lie. It sounds pretty good.
Thank you.
I liked it. So today we are talking about a few different things. Final days, last day of work, Christmas party, office Christmas party, schoolies, whatever you're doing on the last day. It's the last hurrah. We're coming to the final day, the back end of the year. And I thought we'd talk about the different parties that everyone tends to have.
So end of year wrap up, celebrations, presents, and self-care.
Yeah. So kick us off, Chels.
Yeah.
What is your favourite time about this time of year?
What is it that I love about
what do you love
the silly season?
What do you love about the silly season? Not many people like it, but I tend to don't mind it.
I like it. I think it's a very joyful time of the year. I think it's a time where everyone's looking forward to something. It's a really easy conversation starter because you just start asking people what they're doing for the holidays. Are people traveling? People going to the other side of the world, or people just catching up with family? It's a time when it is so acceptable, particularly in Australia, to really stop and have a break, and it's just so accepted. Everyone has time for family, and I do like to embrace the spirit. What is your favourite part of the season?
I'm a bit the same. I do like this time of year just because we're getting to the end of the year, another year of completion, and I think any year that you get to the back end of it is a success, because everyone goes through a lot. It's a long haul, and only because we calendarize everything and everything's on a time clock, and I just think it's always nice to get to the back end of the year, and it's very cheerful, and get Santa comes and we get presents, and I enjoy this time of year as well, especially just for party season. It's especially here in Australia, we have a lot of
love a party. James.
We love a party and it's backyard party time, and it's just beach time, and the weather starts to warm up and you can just enjoy yourself.
Yeah.
Speaking of parties, people start having their office Christmas parties and jobs like Christmas parties. I'll tell you my favourite Christmas party. It was 2 years ago, and we went on a super yacht. Our company took us on a super yacht. Wow. Must have had a good year.
That's bougie.
And dressed up in the tuxedo, and you've got the big strut going because you feel important. You're going onto this super yacht on Darling Harbour in Sydney, and you get onto the boat, and the thing is massive. There's people everywhere, all from your company. You're all having a good time. You've got drinks. You've got roulette tables, so you're having fun, and everyone's just having a good time. Great way to wrap up the year. So to my company out there, please do that again because I loved it. It was so fun.
Yeah, but speaking of Christmas parties, I think when you get invited to a Christmas party, I think whether it's work one or if it's friends putting on it, I think there's some etiquette that's important to follow. And number one is, what is your answer to going to this party? Are you saying yes or are you saying no?
Yeah, I like that. You can't be a maybe.
No, maybe. It's just you've got to have respect for someone who's putting on this party, who is then catering for this event. I think it's just that's just general etiquette. That's just what you must do.
Yeah, so for everyone out there, I know it's a big commitment. It's hard to commit to these parties, but just say yes to everything.
If you can go or not.
Yeah, you usually know. So.
And also, as we mentioned in the intro, I mentioned self-care this time of the year because we can get so caught up in saying yes to everything and all the excitement of the silly season and everything like that, but I do want to talk about the importance of the ability to say no to things. If you don't want to go to something, or it's not with the right people you want to be with, or it's just not your vibe, say no and look after yourself. It's a really busy time of the year. It can also be stressful, and it can be really hard for a lot of people, and can bring a lot of sadness as well. And I think just being aware of how you're feeling at this time.
People won't be offended either.
No.
So just...
They'll be offended if you say maybe.
Yeah, don't say maybe, or they'll be offended if you say yes and you can't do it. So say no, and you don't even need to apologise, because you just say, no, I can't make it. It's as simple as that. But hopefully you can, and you get out there and enjoy yourself.
Yeah, and don't be looking at your phone the whole time. I think when you put your phone on the table, it definitely signals that the phone is more important than the conversation that you're having. So
Great call.
Put your phone away. I mean, get some fun photos. I'm all about that. But just be aware of the phone
And your
situation.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yes. Well, yeah, don't muck it up. And speaking of muck up, everyone's aware of muck up day. Everyone's been through it. Everyone's finished school and had that last day and caused problems. Now, the school I went to, the last day of school, we brought our scooters to school. And we got to ride our scooters, all around the school, and everyone's shirts are ripped, and
which you're not normally allowed to do any of this.
You just do that. You run amok throughout the school, and then you do all your tests or whatever. Then you finally finished, and you go up and you have schoolies. Now, if we haven't told this story before, I have to tell my story of schoolies. Now, we went up the central coast of New South Wales. And
who's we?
Me and my buds, my friends at
Your
the time.
schoolmates.
My schoolmates at the time. And there's this beautiful rope swing going into the lagoon at Avoca. And I've done this rope swing my whole life, really. And of course, I get up there on schoolies and I do a double flip into the lake and smash my face open to the point where I'm still paying for it today, 10 years later. Like, it was that bad. But that's what I did on my last day. That's the kind of muck up day I had. I mucked it up. I stuffed it.
Yeah.
What did you do?
What did we do? I know we did a few things, but I was so over school by the end that I just didn't care. Like, there was these whole plans and everything about, like, no, it had something to do with watermelons, and I was like, I can't be bothered to carry a watermelon. But I still wanted to participate. So I remember going to the shops on the way to school, stopped at Coles or something, and I got a watermelon lollipop. I literally can't even remember what the prank was supposed to be, but I participated. But for me, I was just so relieved. Relieved to finish school and know that the end was there. Like, I did it, I made it through, and just being so happy in that moment and spending time with your friends then, where you're not worrying about studying the whole time, you're not worrying about anything. I really think it's such a special time in your life when you finish school, and there's just this time, this weird time between finishing the exams and then starting in the new year. And I just that sense of freedom that you get, and the sense of fun. And I went away up the Central Coast as well with my friends, and we just had a great time. I remember playing cards at night.
Well, at least you didn't smash your jaw in.
No, ours was very sophisticated.
Girls, girls are different.
So no, it was lovely. And I think the main thing is just getting to the end of the year and just having gratitude for getting there, and then taking some time for yourself and what you want to do. Whether, for me this year, I'm so looking forward to my last day of work, and then I'm going to do some Christmas cooking, some Christmas crafts.
Yum.
All of that. Yeah, shortbread coming your way, James.
Can't wait for that. Yeah, well, the last day, it's always a special moment. You finish the year and you wrap it up. Here in Australia, it's obviously Christmas is our summer, so It's our longer holiday period. And it obviously means beach and things like that. But for us, for Chairlift Chatss,
big announcement.
We are going on the road. And
actually, beyond the road.
Beyond the road, in the air. We are heading to South Korea and Japan. We are taking on a ski trip and can't wait. Yeah,
it wouldn't be Chairlift Chatss without a bit of snow in the middle of summer.
Of course.
So
we've got to try it out. It's been a long time in the making, all year planning it out, and it'll be great fun. Home to the 2018 Winter Olympic Games, South Korea in Pyeongchang. So very, very much so looking forward to getting over there into the cold weather and living the dream.
Yeah, living the dream. That's the way.
And Japan, have you ever been to Japan?
I haven't been, so I'm really looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to all the fun little culture things and all the cute stuff.
The amazing snow,
The amazing snow.
the quality.
Everyone always raves about the powder, so
It is amazing.
The
And the trees, going through the beautiful trees and the snow. It will be an amazing trip. We will do a podcast while over there as well, so tune in for that one.
yeah.
Can't wait for
And if you
it.
want to get a taste of what a podcast in the snow will feel like, we did an episode back in August, and that was at Perisher at the ski fields in Australia.
One of the more enjoyable podcasts because it was nice and cool out in the snow.
It was beautiful. It was like a perfect bluebird day. So I'm hoping we get
Loves
some
it.
of those overseas as well. And I want to hear, listeners, if you're what you're doing over this Christmas period. Are you going to Aspen or Switzerland or New Zealand? Like whatever you're doing, I want to hear your holiday plans. Before we go to the snow, when you have work Christmas parties and family Christmas parties, often you have to do Secret Santa.
Oh, I love Secret
or
Santa.
Kris Kringle, as it might be known as. And I just have some tips and tricks for it.
Okay.
So, number one, if you know who you're buying for,
Kris Kringle this is, right?
yeah.
Or Bad Santa?
No, I'm going to talk about both. I'm going to start with Kris Kringle.
Okay, righto.
So, Kris Kringle, if you know someone specifically who you're buying for, think about the person that you're buying for and not yourself. That's my number one thing. Like, it's so easy when you're at the shops or you're looking at things online and going, oh, great present, because it's instantly something you would like. But think about what someone else might like and think about things that are useful. Literally socks. Socks are useful. A plant is always nice. You could always, I know you don't like this one because you always like one if they win big, but a scratchy.
Yeah, I don't like buying scratchies because if they win big, I'll be so upset.
I just think gifts with a bit of meaning are always nice too. Like, say if the person that you're buying for has a sweet tooth, you could get them like a recipe book, or you could get them like I've seen these where there's a jar and it's got the ingredients in for a recipe that you're making, whether it's like shortbread or something, and then you have a little recipe card on it as well. So, but the other really fun Christmas Santa game is the Bad Santa game.
Bad Santa.
Do you want to explain Bad Santa?
Well, it's okay. There's a few ways that people play it, but it's pretty simple. Everyone goes around in a circle and you pick a number, and whoever's number one, you open a present. Number two can either choose to steal that present or open another one if they like it. And it just keeps going around in a circle, and it's the same thing. You can either open a new present or steal from the person that previously opened to you. So apparently you want to be at the back end of the queue, so you get the option to be able to steal from that person. And I think other people play differently, like you can, take, only from one person or whatever it is. I don't know. Everyone makes up their own rules. But
the concept is quite fun.
Yeah, but rule of thumb, don't steal from someone that's the office romance because they'll resent you for it and hate you. So just play the game the best way you can, and try and get the best present you can, and that's Bad Santa.
And what's the best present that you can get in a Bad Santa?
Well, I've gotten like movie tickets. That's pretty good.
Yeah, vouchers is good.
I got given some crappy like jug, like glasses and a jug, like a water jug. I went, oh no, thanks for that. Really appreciate it.
Straight to the glory
But,
box.
some people it's a $20 budget, so sometimes it can be hard. But movie tickets are good. I got a really good present last year. It was the find a word puzzles and things.
Oh yeah.
And you need something to do when you're on a plane, so that keeps you busy for a few hours.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I like it.
I think something useful, something entertaining, and something that gets a bit of a laugh is always good too, but not
100%.
something stupid. Like, I think there's a fine balance. Like, I think you got to kind of get the vibe of the people that you're doing this with. That's really important.
So anyways, that is last days of work and Christmas parties. Bit of a wrap up there. I liked it. So for those of you traveling overseas this year, please tag us in all your events. We'd love to see what you're up to. We're certainly going to be showing you what we're doing over in Japan and South Korea. And fingers crossed for plenty of cold weather and snowy storms. There we go.
Make sure that you are following us on our socials. All of our socials are at Chairlift Chatts with 2 S's on the end. And also make sure that you're subscribed to the podcast wherever that you listen to as well, so that you never miss an episode. We are on all platforms, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube. So get on it. Don't miss an episode, and let's keep having some more Chairlift Chats.
And fingers crossed, no injuries.
Yeah.